God, what episode is this?
Why, what do you know? It's episode 0332 of the TV10 podcast. I'm Tommy Milagro.
I'm Bill Frost.
And yes, folks, 332 episodes, not being slowed down by this COVID consciousness. No, sir, we are that awesome. We are here to deliver all the content that your pretty little hearts desire. And I have to tell you, sir, Mr. Frost.
Huh? What? What? Yeah.
We are reaching out to people. And in fact, I can say this confidently. Today, I was out and about having social distancing affairs at a lake, and one of my friend's daughter's husband relayed to me, "Hey, you know what? I heard you do a podcast. I have listened to it mostly when I'm drunk." So if that isn't an endorsement, I just don't know what is.
Well, that's pretty much the only way to do it, I think.
Well, thank God that one of our sponsors is Bohemian Brewery.
Oh, yeah.
And right now I am enjoying 2-6, which is basically 1/3 of a 6-pack right now in my little bar-stemmed glass here. It is just delicious, especially on a hot day like today when the weather is stupid. God, is it ridiculously stupid.
And, of course, I still have a whole lot of cerveza.
That reminds me again, last time we checked in with you, you had about 3 pallets left. How many pallets are we talking now?
Maybe one and 3/4.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We better get...
it's been hot.
We got to get relief to you soon. I get that it's hot, but we have to do what we can, not only to help you out.
You got to hydrate.
So should I send La Chai Girl, our Chola Furiosa, to get the beer cola out to you?
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
All right. I'll see if I can have her reach out to you that way. Meantime, I have news. Not only are we being recognized out in the street, social distancing, but we've got something new in the listener bags.
Holy shit!
Yeah, let me dive right into it. This comes to us from Ben E. And he writes to us, "Hi, guys. I've been listening to the podcast since around episode 0150 or so, and wanted to reach out and say thank you for doing this." Just like Tommy. Yeah, I even listened to the parts of the sport. Love you, Tommy. Anyway, he says, "I wanted to get your take on Norseman, a Netflix show with first appearances, another take on history's Vikings, but is, in fact, a sitcom. A very violent, parentheses, you cut a pig in half, then a man in half vertically, end parentheses, and funny comedy about a Viking tribe. You get insight on their raids, slaves, political power struggles, and tribal life. The Shitting Log has more tragedy and comedy than you think. I don't recall you mentioning it if you've seen this or not." And he gives us a link on the sample of the philosophical deep thinking that takes place of the tribal warriors. So before I continue on, we talked about Norseman, didn't we?
Maybe not, but I did check it out after hearing about it through this correspondence, and it's some funny shit. It's a comedic take on Vikings, more or less, and
Okay.
I'm gonna watch more of it. I'm not sure how many seasons there are so far. It seems like there's at least a couple, but very funny shit.
And he also, and Ben goes on to write, "If you still need a reason to look into this," he says, "how many blacksmiths does it take to make proper prosthetics for a leader's amputated hand?" Hint, the episode is titled Hand Job.
Oh, nice.
Thanks for keeping me updated on shows and entertained while you do it. I'm looking forward to listening during these asinine times. Take care and keep surviving. Ben. So, Ben, thank you for writing to us at tvtownpodcast@gmail.com. And, of course, for everybody else, you can also reach out to us via the Twitter at TV10 Podcast. And, of course, there's our Facebook page, which is just TV10 Podcast. Just saying that.
There are 3 seasons of Norsemen, 6 episodes apiece.
So it's real easy to binge through and get through it.
Yeah, on the Netflix. So that is my next binge.
Yeah, I already got through my latest binge, which was Winona Earp.
And how did you enjoy that?
I have to say it is the filthiest Buffy the Vampire Slayer episodes that I didn't realize I needed until recently.
Oh, yeah.
And Winona is my drunken angel. There is just no two ways about it. And I have to say, somebody that, fights demons, gets irpy, and, just has to deal with the end of the world shit while slugging down at least a bottle of whiskey an episode.
Oh, yeah.
Is my kind of girl, even though she'll probably break my heart, but...
Well, most likely, yes.
Yes, but thankfully... I can live with it because Doc Holliday is a dreamboat.
Yeah.
So, no problem.
Have you ever watched much Letterkenny?
I have not yet. That might be my next thing to do once I get through studying bullshit.
Winona is in Letterkenny sporadically.
Oh.
She has a very minor role, but she shows up every few episodes. Melanie Scorafino? Yeah, she's in there playing a very different character.
Okay. So, once again, it's just all Canadian.
Yeah, all Canadian all the time. We're going to be seeing a lot of Canadian TV this fall. We're going to see a lot of repurposed shit. And I'm guessing Canada is going to see a lot of repurposed American shit.
So, is it more of a case of we have no choice but to see repurposed Canadian shit?
Well, the thing is, show production is... of course, way down. Very few shows are even thinking about starting up right now. So you grab some Canadian content and put it on the network, put it on the cable, put it on the broadcast, and people think it's new because they've never seen it before because it's from Canada and they're speaking English.
Bigger question, based off of what you just explained, how big is the CW going to be after this?
Yeah, we're gonna be seeing some imported content on the CW faux show.
Okay, so between CW and Sci-Fi, yeah, these are the only networks you really need to pay attention to.
That's it. I'd say almost everything on Sci-Fi is Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty close anyway. And speaking of your CW and your Sci-Fi, Stargirl wrapped up last week pretty nicely.
I have to say, even though it was like only 13 episodes.
Yeah,
it did set a tone for what they want to achieve and got rid of the whole bullshit. We got to have secret identities. Enough of that nonsense.
Yeah,
but things that really stood out for me after the last episode was that we're going to see a new big bad, and I say that with a question mark.
Well, you got to have a big bad.
The appearance of the Shade, which was part of the Injustice Society. And this is why I'm kind of questioning it, only because I used to follow the repurposed Starman around, I'd say about late 90s into the mid-aughts. And the Shade was more an ambiguous character. Think Doc Holliday, but with shadow powers.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
sure.
That's why I'm kind of hedging my bets on if he's really the big bad. But if DC is really leaning hard on him being the big bad, fine. Just show us what you got.
Yeah. Here's some more DC news.
Oh.
All of the original shows, all the original content on DC Universe is moving to HBO Max.
Of course it is.
As I predicted several months ago, and now it's totally happening.
So for everybody that's going, are you sure it's going to ever happen? Yeah, fucking did. Shut the fuck up. You should have listened.
It is happening right now. So that means Harley Quinn, the animated series, will be moving to HBO Max. It's already there, I think. And Titans.
Mm-hmm.
Titans, Doom Patrol already moved. Stargirl is now a full-on CW thing. So, DC Universe, I guess, is going to be just comics.
Which is really interesting, especially in light of recent news. I don't know if you followed this, but excuse me, DC Universe did a massive layoff. Their group got zumped.
Yes.
Something fierce.
Yes.
And it's not just comics, folks. It was also like any staff associated with any DC Universe production. So, any hopes for a Justice League? Shut the fuck up. All right?
Yeah. And
but I'm going to come back to that in a second here.
Okay.
During sports. But anyway, did you have anything more?
Also, got some new stuff coming up this week. Some interesting shit here. This one, Tuesday, the 18th, a new series. It's new-ish. It's been on the CW Seed, which is CW's online-only deal. It's called Dead Pixels. It's about a group of friends who are obsessed with a fantasy video game, and so it follows their life outside of the video game and also inside the video game. So it's half animated, half real life, and looks mildly funny. On
a scale of 1 to Code Monkeys, how animated and how funny?
Don't really know yet. Haven't seen much of it. You can watch, if you're interested and you don't want to wait for it to premiere, you can watch the whole thing on CW Seed. It's already there. So this is another example of a content migration where you're going to be seeing some things from the CW Seed making its way onto CW proper.
Okay.
And on Wednesday on Netflix, a new docuseries called High Score, looking at classic video games.
I'm sensing a theme here, sir.
Yeah, well, just those two, yeah. But here's the one I'm really interested in.
All right.
Growing Belushi.
Say that again.
Growing Belushi.
Okay.
Jim Belushi.
I'm a little worried.
Jim Belushi. Hey, he's out of the acting game and he's into the marijuana business. He's got a 93-acre place up in Oregon called Belushi's Farm, and this is a little reality docuseries about getting started up in the cannabis business.
Why? Why? Why must the talentless Belushi prosper while the good one did a stupid 8-ball at the chateau?
Yeah, well, some Belushi's got to do something, and I'm definitely going to check this out. It's on the Discovery Channel. Starts on Wednesday, and
of course it is.
I want to see how you start a cannabis farm.
What you're saying is you're trying to plan for retirement.
Maybe I need to start one. If Jim Belushi can do it, why can't I do it?
Well,
I don't have all of that according to Jim money in the bank, but still, I don't need 93 acres.
I can answer in one sentence why that might not work out for you in your favor. It's one word, 2 syllables. Utah.
Okay. And also on Thursday on Netflix, a new series called Biohackers. I believe this is I think it might be German. It's about a medical student who attends this school to get close to a professor who she thinks wronged her family in the past. And it was also set against the backdrop of bioengineering and biohacking.
How much craft work is going to be involved?
Not much. But on the other end of the spectrum, Lucifer Season 5 premieres Friday on Netflix.
Yes. All right.
Lucy's back from hell. Or is he?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
We don't know.
So why did you couch that as a question, sir?
Well, if you've seen the trailer for Season 5, it casts some doubt as to whether this is the real Lucifer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it could be Lucifer's mom, Trisha Helfer.
We don't know. We're gonna find out.
So many questions I have.
Also on Friday, a new animated series from Phil Lord and Chris Miller. The Lego Movie dudes.
All right.
And it's called Hoops. It's about a high school basketball coach, and voiced by Jake Johnson of Stumptown and New Girl.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
It's going to have to do some heavy lifting to be as funny as Ted Lasso. I don't know if you checked that out yet or not. Jason
I have
Sudeikis.
not had that. No.
Really good. Really good.
Yeah.
It's on Apple TV Plus. Ted Lasso.
That means I have to do Apple TV, don't I? Damn it! There's always a catch.
Do you have a recently purchased Apple product? You probably have it for free.
I'll have to explore on this and get back to you on it. So.
And here's something. It was inevitable, and now it's here. On Saturday, it's a 2-night event on Freeform and Hulu. Love in the Time of Corona.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, what in the name of Gabriel Garcia Marquez is this bullshit?
This is following a few couples who were locked down in quarantine, and their lives intersect vaguely. But it's basically these were this series was shot in these actors' actual houses. Yeah.
How many Zoom meetings are we talking here?
No, it's actual on location. It's it's not a Zoom thing. It's a real thing.
So is it going to be like the camera shots are kind of similar to like say like the real world or
no? It looks pro shot. Yeah.
Okay.
The names you're going to recognize here are Leslie Odom Jr. and Gil Bellows.
Oh, Gil Bellows, I know from Ally McBeal.
Yep. So they got somebody in there. And wrapping up on Sunday, the 23rd, The Vow, a new docuseries on HBO and HBO Max, looking into the Nexum sex cult.
What?
Nexum. Remember this sex cult that it basically it's a self-improvement group called Nexum, and apparently they were trafficking sex workers.
Oh yeah, wasn't that one chick from Smallville?
Allison Mack.
That shit?
Allison Mack, yeah. Also, Kristen Crook was in there for a minute, and then she got the hell out.
So basically, even Scientologists are looking at this and going, "Dude, we're not that intense."
Yeah, and they call it The Vow. It's kind of a boring title. I think they should have called it That Sex Cult. You get a lot more viewers that way.
Yeah, but then here's a problem. Ashton Kutcher would have to be involved.
That Sex Cult show.
Just saying, some things are not worth the risk.
And I understand there's some scheduling snafus happening in the world of wrestling this week, so you want to take it away?
Of course I will if you hit that music, sir.
And sports with Tommy Milagro. Go, team.
From the Sports Desk of the TV10 podcast, we deliver to you only the sport of professional wrestling. And as Mr. Frost alluded to, and we have already discussed this here on the TV10 podcast, there is going to be a bit of a shakeup mostly on AEW. And then we're going to lead how this could be another issue with that other wrestling program here. But to start with, AEW has had their show AEW Dynamite featured Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. However, because of I hear this, it's another sport. It's called the NBA. They're going to be doing their playoffs this weekend. So, guess what gets shoved to the side? Yep, that's wrestling here at the one.
Yeah, the NBA playoffs are happening on Wednesday. Therefore, AEW's got to go to Saturday.
You're right. So the 22nd is, and again, we reported this last week, but bears repeating again. AEW will be broadcasting on the 22nd, and also the week after that. AEW instead will be broadcasting, let's see, I want to say it's like the 28th. So just, make sure your DVR is set to record for the appropriate time. However, it should also be noted that as for the 22nd, that might shoot things in the foot for AEW because this weekend, WWE is going to be holding their pay-per-views, starting with NXT's TakeOver 30, that's XXX, for those of you that are huge into Roman numerals. They will be starting Saturday, and we'll have a full card, among them Keith Lee, as you bask in his glory. The limitless Keith Lee will put his NXT championship on the line against Karrion Kross in what's probably going to be the match of the night. And also on the 23rd of August, which is a Sunday, you are going to see SummerSlam being broadcast. And the big news about SummerSlam is that because since COVID really fucked everybody over, the WWE has had to make do with having all their shows, including WrestleMania, be at the Performance Center. Not anymore, kids. With the exception of NXT still performing at the Performance Center, SummerSlam will be held at the Amway Center in Orlando, Florida. And from what I can gather, Amway Center is kind of similar to what AEW has since they've been recording their shows at the Daily Center in Jacksonville. It's going to be an open-door arena. No word on people being there yet. It's probably going to be closed, but there's going to be WWE personnel trying to participate as far as audience noise goes. But all of this you can catch on the WWE Network for only $9.99.
Not a sponsor.
Drink up, bitches. Which I think you had a question there, Mr. Frost. Which question was that?
I did. No, it was just about AEW moving to Saturdays for a couple of weeks.
Honestly, this is not the first time this has happened with wrestling being on any Turner-based networks. WCW had to do the same bullshit back then, and to a degree, WWE has had to reschedule their broadcast due to other important shows. I'm looking at you, the Westminster Dog Show. So, not a big deal, but for a company that's still new, that's why they're kind of hyping this up a little bit more than necessary. But the fact that it's happening right as WWE's having their pay-per-views, honestly will be very interesting to see how many eyeballs will view one product versus the other. Which, by the way, the King, Goots, and I, the Lucid Luchador here, have decided that, we've decreed that if you want to watch the wrestling, you can watch it at Broovies. You know, if you just don't feel like watching, what's this thing called? Movies? I think.
Anyway. When is this happening?
This will be happening this weekend. So, the 22nd and the 23rd, you have got some reasons to be out and about. And we should also point out that some other news happened. That's not AEW or WWE, and that is, I never thought I'd say these words. Billy Corgan reveals NWA's next move. So, according to SlamWrestling.net, he announced the next strategic partnership for the National Wrestling Alliance brand. They will be teaming up with United Wrestling Network, run by David Marquez out of California, and California's Thunder Studio, for an all-new live weekly professional wrestling pay-per-view series that will be available on cable and satellite providers in the United States and streaming on Fight TV. It will be called UWN Primetime Live. And the debut is scheduled for Tuesday, September 15th, 9 p.m. Eastern, from Thunder's Long Beach Studios. Now, this is key to keep to note that the United Wrestling Network does have some foothold here in the state of Utah. And in fact, some wrestlers have been a few that have wrestled in Utah, have worked with the United Wrestling Network, as well as their programs like Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, Championship Wrestling from Arizona, and various other outfits. So it will be interesting to see how that develops. We are going to keep our pulse on that story as it develops. And finally, this, we kind of alluded to this earlier in the program, but as we mentioned with the DC Universe, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and John Cena have been announced as guests for the upcoming DC Fandom virtual event. And this day-long celebration of DC movies and TV shows takes place Saturday, August 22nd. Now, The Rock will be appearing at 6:10 p.m., I'm assuming that's Eastern Time, to promote his upcoming Black Adam movie, which Black Adam is like the nemesis, if you will, of the character of Shazam, if you remember that movie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And Cena will be appearing on a panel for the upcoming Suicide Squad sequel. So
okay, and where can you watch this?
Well, it says here for more information, you'll have to go to the website, which is, and we'll have this up on our various social media platforms. But for those of you listening, you'll want to go to www.dcfandome, dome.index.html.
Why did you do that?
Because I had to.
Just go to go to dcfandome.com.
All right.
Do it the easy way.
dcfandome.com.
Yeah.
I could, but why should we do things the easy way?
https:// Ah.
Oh. Don't let me stop you there.
Oh, yeah. Are we done with the sports? I got lost.
Yes, we are, because that was sports.
And sports, a Tommy Milagro. Go team. Okay.
So much sports.
Yeah, and it's a big night. It's a big night for HBO. Lovecraft Country is premiering pretty much as we're recording, live on the air.
Have you had a chance to see it yet?
Yeah, I've seen it, and it's pretty fucking fantastic. I definitely recommend checking it out.
No, you still there?
Yes. Oh, yeah, I'm still here.
Dang it. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, definitely check out Lovecraft Country on HBO and HBO Max.
Which, once again, Roku is not part of it because they're being dicks about
Amazon Fire and Roku still out of the HBO Max loop. Same thing with Peacock.
Why must you be douches about this, okay?
It'll get worked out. There's too much money being lost. It's totally going to get worked out.
Just work it out sooner, Roku. You're making my life difficult.
And, I don't know if we have any more business to attend to here. That's probably good enough for now.
No, that's the big one. Other than stop by Broovies if you're in the downtown Salt Lake area. If you want to see some really great wrestling shows this weekend, and not just on AEW, but also WWE Network. And more importantly, if you are anywhere in downtown Salt Lake, please wear a fucking mask. How hard is that?
Oh, yeah. So we want to thank the sponsor this week, Bohemian Brewery, and they're one of many.
That's right. We have our great friends at Sugar House Distillery, Outlaw Distillery, Ogden's own distillery, the fine purveyors of Five Lives vodka, the Madame Patarini gin, and the Porter's Fire. Oh, and I should bring up that we may have something in the way of a new drink from them. Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Okay.
And please, for the love of God, if you're in downtown Salt Lake, there's a wonderful store called Boosty where you can find all your fine accoutrements to stock up on your little wet bar. And please, say hello to Ivy. tell them TV Tan Podcast sent you. But for fuck's sake, wear a mask, you fucking prick.
Okay, and before we sign off, I want to say reach out to us, Twitter, Facebook, Gmail, all TV Tan Podcast. Yell at us, rate us on the things, do the stuff. And also want to say, you Apple Podcast users, sorry, that wasn't our fault that the episode was about 2 or 3 days late. That was on them, not us.
Yeah, and for the matter, I will say that Apple Podcast, thank you for not pulling the full Stitcher, but don't pull that shit again.
Stitcher hasn't screwed us in a long time. All the platforms have been working pretty well, actually. This is the first hiccup in a long time. So, it wasn't that bad, except for, the Apple people. They didn't get their podcast in a timely manner.
Ooh. That was too long. That's all I have to say.
All right, wrapping it up. Say good night, America.
And jiggle that handle, and oh my God, please, why won't you